Morning Brew continues. Well, we're just getting rolling, actually. It's Monday morning, and we get down to business with the folks at Albuquerque Business First, and we have the editor and publisher with us today, Ian Anderson. Hey.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, Larry?
Good to see you.
Good morning.
Thanks for sending your reporters every week.
Yeah, well, you know what? Thanks for having them. Thanks for having them.
It gets
bring the
Dennis
news.
Domzowski out of the office.
It does. It gets him out, and you know what? He just brings the life into a room.
And we'd love to tease the heck out of him, too. He's
Yeah.
a good sport.
He
Don't you
is.
think, Larry?
Yeah, he is a good sport.
He
Dan's
puts up
a good
with us.
sport. Dennis is a good sport. We're all good sports. Yeah.
Good team down there.
Absolutely. We've got a great team. Yeah.
Good deal. You guys just had the 40 Under 40 Awards.
We did.
Last week.
So we had our 40 Under 40 Awards. These are top 40 either business leaders that are very active in the community or they're upwardly mobile in their own industries. And it was a fantastic event on Thursday. We had everyone from Chris Monette, who's the head of HR for New Mexico Gas Company, so they're being acquired by TECO right now, so you know his hands are full. You've got everyone from Greg Levinson, just opened up Southwest Capital Bank down here on Central. Beautiful building if you haven't checked it out yet.
It's spectacular.
Have you been? Oh my Lord.
It's over the top.
It's not even like a bank. This thing's like the
Taj Mahal.
It's pretty awesome. So the folks over at HB Construction, Jason Adam Harrington, they're actually 40 Under 40 alums. So I mean, it's
All this talent under 40 years old.
that's it. Can you believe it?
No.
So, you know, we're not just sitting on the couch and playing Xbox.
The city
That happens
needs
on
the
the
next generation of talent.
That happens on the weekend.
Yes.
Sitting
right.
on the couch playing Xbox.
Right.
It's got to get in there somehow.
Yeah.
At some point.
Some point. As you look around the room and watch this unfold, you're impressed by the level of talent and ambition that's going on here.
You know, it's you know, I was saying at the beginning of our event on Thursday that just looking around the room and just looking at the diversity of industries, everything from you've got you know, event planning companies to artists to presidents of banks who just, you know, who used to be fighter pilots and heads of healthcare. You've got, let's see, scientists from the labs, doctors, cancer researchers. It's amazing.
And they all kind of like meeting each other, too.
They love meeting each other. And what I said, it's, you know, I think it's our job. Really, I think it's the business community's job. And those who mentor the 40 Under 40, we got to figure out ways to keep them here. Right? We got to keep them in this state. They're constantly recruited and enticed to go to a Phoenix or a Denver or an Austin. And, you know, we got to keep these brains here because, I mean, these are the ones that are hiring. These are the ones that are really, we're going to, you know, they have the torch. If it's not passed to them, they will take it. And, and they're going to lead, they're going to lead us to where we need to be.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, can I ask you about some rumors?
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Here we go.
El escándalo, Larry.
What's the latest, what's the buzz on Tesla right now? Now, Tesla had an investor conference last week. He didn't, Elon Musk, the CEO, didn't exactly reveal much. I thought this thing was on a faster track than it is. What are you hearing down at the office?
You know, there's that saying that if you can't spot the sucker in the room, then you're the sucker. I don't know. I mean, it's one of those that, no, I'm half joking, but if we've learned anything from Elon Musk and Tesla, it's that they like secrets, they like surprises, and they're incredibly good at keeping secrets. So rumors, I mean, they're, you know, the latest one, and I think Dan was talking about it at some point, if not last week. You know, the architectural rendering, you know, of the site. They say it looks like Reno. There's bloggers that are saying that. But the latest really to come out is that Elon said he may be breaking or clearing ground and breaking ground in 3 states.
Right.
So it was 1. We were 1 of 4, and then, you know, there was a you know, 1 of 3, and then California got added into the mix, and it was like deja vu all over again.
Yeah,
and
it's confusing.
it's getting crowded. Yeah.
Do we have a team or a couple of teams working on a proposal? Is there one central team? What are you hearing on that?
So so the economic developers, I mean, absolutely, this is something that they are, and rightfully so, they are focused on. But with, honestly, and this is across states. I mean, in our Austin Business Journal, Phoenix Business Journal, San Antonio, they have non-disclosure agreements that are airtight, and usually you'll hear something leaking or someone will talk a little bit. There's nothing. I mean, it's a steel trap.
It's the
not coming
cone
out.
of silence.
It's
been lowered over this thing, huh?
It is. So,
Okay.
And any idea as to when an announcement might happen?
so they're saying everything from the next couple weeks that they'll be releasing one state. So they'll announce one state, and then they'll announce the next 1 or 2 states following that, weeks following that. And then by the end of the year, they'll actually select where they're going to build this gigafactory, this $5 billion plan.
But they might break ground on 3 different sites?
Right, so
all at one time?
they'll clear land and they'll get permits approved and they'll get everything rolling. And then because the batteries are so critical to the way that they're going to be doing business, I mean, Tesla, the only thing that's restricting them from selling more cars right now is they don't have the batteries. They can't, and batteries are so expensive to purchase. It's the most expensive component of the car. So they need this in order to move forward and produce as many cars as they want. So they don't want to be held up in the process with anything. So they're going to basically have 3 states that are going to be selected. They'll clear dirt, and they'll work with the site selectors and the local government to get the permits, and then they'll have them compete against each other still to get everything, just make it as seamless as possible and as fluid as possible. It's actually kind of, I mean, it's genius. He's pitting everybody up against each other, but it's starting to get a little, I don't know, I mean, just every announcement or every story that comes out, you're like, oh my gosh, is this thing even going to happen? It's one of those. So that's, it's fun to cover.
Somebody's going to be the bride, and there's going to be some bridesmaids.
Yeah,
right?
There's going to be some crying bridesmaids.
Any chance I get, I try to say this, and I know you've got John Mirzawa coming on from CNM in the Stimulus Center. Even if we don't get this thing, it doesn't, I don't think, while it would be fantastic, it would be great, 6,500 jobs, let's not let it really derail from all of the momentum and all the positive things and the great things that's already happened. Because we need the base hits and doubles and triples. And we can't strike out all the time and then get a home run, because 6,500 jobs will get us back to, I think, April of last year, so in the grand scheme of things, we just got to keep building and doing what we're doing and keeping our nose down.
Can we talk about the notion of the reinventing of our city?
Yeah.
When I was online looking at some of your honorees for the 40 under 40, and they had some really wonderful and profound ideas for how we can take our city to the next level. And there was, can you just share with us some of the common threads that you have?
Yeah, everything from collaboration, right? So working together across political rivalries, across business rivalries, and just really coming together and realizing one thing, and that's that we need to build this together. We need to, the decisions that we've made got us to here, and we need to rethink how we're going to do things. And we need to do it from the, and this is, I guess this is me talking, but many of the same sentiments shared by our 40 under 40s, we got to do it from the private side. We can't wait to be, for our leash to get let out a little bit by legislation. I mean, those things will help, but at the same time, we've got to do this, and it's going to be entrepreneurs, and it's going to be really, I mean, that's where the job creation will come from. And I think we need to hold ourselves accountable as the private sector, and we need to really just set a plan and rethink how we've been doing things over the last 60, 70 years.
And I love the quote from one of the honorees that we needed to win a Sweet 16.
Yes.
we desperately need to. The Lobos need to win a Sweet 16.
That's how we would reinvent our city. Yeah.
That's how we're going to reinvent our city.
Just got to get to the Sweet 16.
The business stuff is important. The government needs to stay out of the way of the business and work. We need to collaborate. But more than anything, we need the Lobos to kick some butt.
Yeah,
win a
there's some
16.
truth in that, though. I think the successful sports team helps economic development.
Definitely. definitely.
It does.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially at the
Absolutely.
university.
Yep.
That'd be nice.
Right. So yeah, and we're having a summit. This is born out of the story, the big launch story that Dennis Domzalski did on. It was the big "We Can Do This," reinventing our city, where we looked at Oklahoma City, Cleveland,
Right.
Columbus, all these cities that really transformed themselves, and we found common threads. And it was led by the private side. It was led by this coalition that took ownership in reinventing the city. So we've got. Really, when we put together this panel, we wanted job creators, not up, and here comes the music. But anyway, it's on July 17th. We're going to have a big discussion. Everybody's invited on really what do we need to do to reinvent this thing and to grow going forward.
Cool.
Awesome. We'd love to
Check
hear
it
more
out
about that.
at albuquerquebusinessfirst.com. Check out the publications. The best editor and publisher is this man right here, Ian Anderson,
Absolutely.
with us here on The Morning Brew.
And a great daddy to boot.
Yeah, I guess, and I'm okay, Dad.
Yeah.